Hello everyone. Today I wanted to make a video of my beloved CD recorder. This looks like a normal CD recorder, but it isn't. It does play CDs, but it also can record CDs. Now, I remember getting this around 98, late 90s. Because at the time, recording I had, at the time I was using mostly these type of cassettes, analog, and it was great, it worked, but there was nothing like having a CD of music, because there was no hiss associated with cassettes. So when you'd record with these cassettes, you'd always hear kind of like a background noise no matter what. Analog was prone to that. It always had a hum or a buzz or something going on, unless you had really high-end analog equipment. So this was really amazing to have in your possession at that time, because you were able to control, record digital right onto a CD, and you could play that CD, amongst your friends, or you could send it off to a studio to be copied and distributed after. So as you can see, this really changed the game, because before that Sony had these DAT tapes, and this was there was many forms of these cassettes, even larger ones that look like VCR tapes, and a lot of digital recordings were done on these type of these tapes. And then later on, with people being able to record on CD, majority of the people just used these type of recorders in studios. And then later on, it was replaced with DAW systems, computers. People were able to, record on, because hard drives started to get more affordable, so you could fit more recording on your computer. At that point, the CD recorder was less used, and then eventually faded away. With streaming and so many services online, there was no need to really have these units around and use them. But at the time when I had it, it was incredible to be able to record your own CD yourself, manufacture it yourself in your own house, which was amazing. Now, this unit, as you can see, it has most of the functions as a CD player. It has play, pause, stop, the next track, this is the next track on this. You use this to go track to track, and then you could fast forward, during the track to find the particular place you want to be. It has recording levels left and right. They're in one button. You just adjust right or left, whichever. It has an earphone plug here, so you could plug earphones, which is amazing. I love the fact that you have that. You don't have to connect any equipment to hear what's going on. And I prefer using that to record. Some other people would use the outputs and do it that way. There's a few other options here. You have there's some auto track, which at the time was great if you were copying, say, a CD that you wanted to that had multiple tracks on it. Say it had 10 tracks. Well, each time between tracks it would go to silence. Every time a track ends, there's a silence between each track. Well, when there was a silence, it would automatically insert the track. So the CD always has table of contents, which tells the unit how many songs are on the disc and where it is positioned, so it can put the laser. So if you say track 10, it knows exactly physically where it is on the track, on the CD, and will send the laser to where the 10th track is, and the laser will shoot up and there it is, and start playing a track. So this could automatically place markers, that's what they're called, to indicate where the track starts, and and so on. You could also manually do it. There's a button to manually put markers. So when or if you pressed pause between recordings. So if you recorded one track and you press pause, it would automatically put the mark. But if you didn't want to pause it or stop the recording, you just wanted to mark, there is a button here to just physically push the button and it will make a mark on the and the computer inside will make a note of that, so when it makes a table of contents, it'll mark that where that track is and what number. Also, there's the finalize button, which was once you were done recording, the disc can only play in this unit. So you couldn't take it and put it in another CD player and play it; it wouldn't play. So you'd have to finalize it, which finalizing would put the table of contents on physically on the disc. I think it's in the center of the table of contents, where it tells each unit that when you put that CD in, how many tracks and where those tracks are. It also tells you the beginning and the end of the disc. So it's basically like a little book or a note that is left on the CD to tell the units when you place that CD in it where everything is. So that was that's basically a very fast way of saying it. So you have record mute. So you could not record mute, but monitor. You have monitor, so you could hear and do adjustments to your levels because turn it on. So as you can see, I'll just put in a disc, any disc. I mean, just to give an example. So open it up. Put the disc, and as you can see, it has a beautiful display. It's all in orange. So right now it's checking the table contents. Is it CDR, CDW? Oh, it's a CD, it found it. And it says how many tracks and how much in total, how many minutes are on this disc. So as you can see, it has that all information. So I press play. So what it's going to do, it's the table of contents is going to tell exactly where track 1 is. It's going to see, okay, track 1. And it's going to start going. As you can see, there's meters to tell your level. How when you're recording, you don't want to go over limit because it'll distort. So here's where you'd watch your limits, and you can control that. But also, when you wanted to do recording, you put it on monitor, because when you press record, it's constantly spinning the mechanism, and the laser's on, and that wears out the unit. So you'd have a monitor button so you could do all your adjustments for the levels here. And once you've got that all fixed up, then you could press record and then start recording your tracks. So this unit is now rare, but even at the time when it came out, there was not too many people who had these units. I remember this unit was close to $800 when I picked it up in Canadian dollars, and yeah, it was not cheap. And again, with these units, they had special discs. Let me see if I can find one here. Yeah, so this is just to give you an example of what kind of disc. You had to use special disc. You couldn't use discs that you put in your computer to burn to make burnt CDs. You couldn't use those regular discs. They don't work in this. They had let me see if I can find the symbol it had was this. So it would say digital. It would say compact digital audio, and it'd say recordable. So if it didn't have that symbol, recordable, it wouldn't work. Now the thing is, these discs were very expensive, in the sense that per disc you're paying a lot, because each disc had a fee on it that was set aside for the music industry, because a lot of people were copying existing music, and this is the same problem that Sony had come into with the DAT machine, where the music industry was complaining, hey guys, you guys are putting these units out and people are not buying our music, they're copying it from their friends, and we're not seeing any revenue from our recordings, and it's not right. So Sony and Philips decided that what they'll do is they will make these special discs, and they have a fee attached to it. So each disc you bought, it was higher priced than, let's say, a regular burnable disc, and that money was sent to the music industry, the unions, to pay out for all the copyright issues. The problem was, if you put in a regular disc in this, the unit would read and see that it doesn't have that a marker on it that says that the dues were paid to the unions or the music industry, and it would refuse to record. So these discs were specially made to have a marker on it that would tell this unit that the duties were paid, and you can record it on that disc. So that's basically a real overlook of this unit. It's very similar to any CD player, except for the laser was specially made to etch. The discs have a die inside. These discs that, well, most CDRs have a die that when the laser at a high frequency can go in and burn pits into the disc to create a disc. So as you can see, the regular discs that we have from you know, from the store when you buy CDs from the music industry, they're very silver and very reflective, and you can see through them, but not as much as say a CDR. CDR you can really see through because it's using dyes to make the pits and lands. Because if it was just metal like these are, the laser would not be able to burn into the disc to make the pits and valleys to put the information on. So CDRs are very specific. Of course, there's very different types. You know, there's the red book, which is the regular CD that you play. There's yellow book. There's the CDR. They have different type of industry standards that were set for each type of disc that were out there. You know, CDRs and CDWs, and they used all different how would you say code on how they would record. So this unit, I'll just unplug it so I can give you just a quick look of how intense it is in there. There's a lot of electronics in here, and there's you can see here's where the drawer opens and closes, and as you can see here, there's the laser. From the other side, you can see where all the electronics are for the display and the buttons, and you see all the ribbon cables to go to all the circuitry. As you can see, there's a lot of this is the analog. There's digital side. Here's your power supply and filters, and it's quite a unit. This is Pioneer. I know usually I show Sony, but Pioneer is for me a very good company too. Like Sony, they were very aggressive in terms of competition towards Sony. They were pretty reliable, and some units were very complicated. They have higher end units with a special clamping mechanism that would clamp the CD so it wouldn't, because when these discs spin, they kind of shake. So they have an anti-shake mechanism. Pioneer does. So does TIAC. But Pioneer was really, at the time in the 90s, was a force to be reckoned with. And this is one of the units that I love. I mean, I still use it. I still record with it, and it's really has great sound. Even as just playing disc, it really has a great DAC in it. And and to get to show you, here's the back. Pretty much similar to a lot of units. You have a line out, you have the line in, you have a coax in, and optical, and you have also going out. So it's very versatile. It had many options. I mean, you couldn't ask for more options. And like I said, with the earphone preamp and the sound that it gives is just it's amazing. I can't give it more praise than what it is. It's really a solid unit. fairly reliable. Some do have issues with the laser, and it's usually the sled gets gummed up, and the laser has trouble tracking. But I have several units of these, and I don't find they have too much problems. I mean, like I said, apart from the laser, but it's very straightforward design, and I really like this unit. So I just wanted to present to you today another gem of the time that we had to record at home or in studio. Like these units, this is a home unit. They had several that were for studios that were rack mounted, and they were heavily used back in the day. Many recordings were made with these units way before a lot of these home studios showed up. So I hope you enjoyed this video looking at the Pioneer recorder. This is the PDR-509, and yeah, it's a very good unit. So if you're still into recording with discs, this could be an option. Or also they have some home studios that have they have the sliders, and it's a recorder, but it also has you're able to have multi-tracks and record a CD after. It has a CD burner built into the console, the recording console, with multi-tracks. So those are other options too if you're looking for units to not only record but also to burn a disc right away. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and have a great day.